Hey YouTube, it's Raven here.
Starfire!
And tonight we're doing Legends of Tomorrow!
Yay!
'Cause they're bad!
It's back!
Bum, 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 bum.
So it is Season 4, Episode 9, Lucha de Apuestas.
Lucha de Apuestas.
Okay.
Apuestas.
She
Sorry.
said it way better than I did. I'm so
Lucha de-
sorry. I'm so sorry to anybody that speaks Spanish.
Lucha de Apuestas. Apuestas.
Apuestas.
Lucha.
Lucha de Apuestas.
Lucha de... Not de... De...
Lucha de Apuestas.
Lucha de Apuestas.
Yeah. That's what I said.
Okay. So, yeah, we're back with them, and it's amazing, and I loved this episode, and every time it ends, I just keep wanting more.
Okay, first off, I gotta say that the way they did the transformation with Mona
Was good.
was really good.
Yeah.
Because, okay, have you seen An American Werewolf in London?
No.
Okay, well,
I saw Teen Wolf, the movie.
it's
not the
this
show.
horror movie that
I
is
think I
like,
saw bits of that one. But
like the way that, like, I was so impressed because I felt like of any werewolf transformation I had seen, like, up to that point,
mm-hmm.
the one that was done in that movie was the most realistic.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the pain that he was going through as he was transforming and just, like, the way that it was happening, I felt was so realistic.
Right.
Because that's what you would go through when that's happening. So, I felt like they did a close to that, or they did close to that in
Right,
this,
yeah.
like, with Mona.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
I liked that. I was impressed by
Right.
that. But yeah.
I didn't think they were going to do that because I thought she would have already transformed by that point.
Right.
So I was like, well, like, werewolf scratched her, but nothing's going to happen.
I think just the fact that, like, he was murdered, like, he shot him,
Mhm.
it just brought it out. Like, I don't know. Maybe it just took a while. Like, maybe it wasn't like, that was the trigger.
I think the trigger was just the loss of self the moment he died.
Yeah.
And how protective and her feelings for him,
Mm-hmm.
they were real feelings.
Yeah.
And to watch the person you care that deeply about get murdered right in front of you.
For no other reason other than the fact that he was a beast.
He was a god. Okay?
A demigod.
Right. Like, I mean...
From Hawaii, no less.
Right?
Like freaking in Moana.
Yes. I mean, like, my pastor's wife is from Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Hawaii! Hawaii! I had to. I was there.
2 eyes in it. Hawaii.
Right?
Hawaii.
Right? But yeah, I mean, like, I don't know the legends of Hawaii, but like, that they would kill a mythic demigod from Hawaii is just
Okay. This just makes me think of the whole, and I know it's not the same, but it's similar, because Henry, Nate's dad wants them gone.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the whole Sons of Liberty thing, kind of, in a way. Except that's with aliens, and this is with, like, beasts and monsters.
It is kind of.
Kind of.
But,
Not
like,
completely.
Ben just wants them gone.
Yeah.
And these guys want to freaking experiment on them.
Yeah, which is also not okay.
Right? I mean, although, like, with them being gone, at least they still have their
I don't
lives.
know what's worse, being experimented on or just having them be gone.
Well, they'd still have their lives and some
They
sort of
would.
freedom if they were gone.
True.
They would
When
not.
they're experimented on, they don't.
No.
So that's the worst option.
Yeah. Like, not only were they prisoners, but they were being experimented on.
Yeah.
And as we saw in Mona's first day on the job, kind of, because she
Mhm.
wasn't hired yet.
Yeah.
But they weren't evil.
They weren't.
They were just looking for a place to be understood.
Yeah.
And
And that's usually how it is for, like, most of those
Mhm.
types of beings and creatures. Like,
right.
it's not
In their day, they fit in.
Yeah.
It was okay for them.
Right. Like, it's not the fact that they're necessarily hostile. They just want people to understand them and to listen to them.
Right. And, like, they each have their own, like, protection. Like, he can't help it that if he gets riled up, he attacks everything.
Right.
That's just a survival mechanism that is ground in his DNA, and he can't stop that.
Right.
And same with the other people. But I mean, I kind of hesitant to say. I'm very hesitant to say that about the Romanian witch lady, but I have to lump her in there because she was part of that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's just I have different feelings on her because of Lost Girl and like the children's lit class. Like that girl would be like no. Like that one deserves to be. She ate children.
I'm glad Mona did what she did to that guy though.
Yes.
He deserved that.
Yes, but now she also has to live with that murder on her conscience.
She does.
And she's an innocent little girl. I don't really she doesn't deserve that.
She doesn't. But when you lose the one you love, you do crazy things.
You go batshit crazy.
Yes. And in her case, that's what happened.
Yes. I think that's why she hulked out.
Mm-hmm.
But I found it interesting that she was able to shift back.
Yeah.
That she has that option.
Right. And he didn't.
Right. I think maybe.
I was actually thinking that when it happened. I was like, wait, is she going to be able to, like, morph back into
Right. I was like,
she's
she's gone forever.
Yeah.
Like, what's going to happen? She's gone forever. Like, this is all going through my mind. How can Mona be gone? I liked Mona. And
like,
then,
maybe she can control it.
I don't think she can control it.
Yeah.
Because if she could, then in the preview for next week, it wouldn't have shown her kicking the butt of people in a, what was it, coffee shop, diner?
Yeah, in like the 1970s.
Like, yeah, like, I mean, they were probably innocent people. She got mad and kicked their ass. Like,
and then the legends are like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah. But, I mean, maybe she can gain control of it eventually.
Maybe. But she's not full on.
She's not full on wolf, no.
Yeah, she's not full on wolf or full on demigod either, right?
I don't think she has any aspect of demigod.
Okay.
I think what it is that that's how the myth of werewolves came to be. I think that's where they're going with this.
Okay.
Is that that creature would run across humans, and what would humans do? They would be scared of it and attack it.
Yeah.
And his natural ingrained response is to protect himself, as with every living creature.
Yeah.
And
Flight or fight response.
Right. Like, he couldn't help it, even if he didn't want to hurt them.
Mm-hmm.
And he would scratch one. And they would turn.
Yeah.
And the whole werewolf myth, though, starts because of him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I could see that as a possibility. But, yeah, like, I don't know. It's just that, yeah, I don't think he passed on any, like, demigodness to her. It's just that when that happens, that's the course that things take.
Yeah.
And
the course of true love never did run smooth.
Oh my gosh. But, like, it's still a part of him, but it's not the demigod part, it's the wolf nature, I think, which is probably why she goes berserk in that.
Yeah.
Because she can't control the wolf.
Right.
It's not the demigod, because the demigod was he himself, not the wolf. It was him.
Right.
And he just happened to be a wolf.
Yeah.
Man. So I think that's that thing right there. I'm sorry that I keep getting, like, just sidetracked. Like, you can tell I keep going, like,
it's fine.
This is, because I keep thinking about the ending, and it just makes me so mad and sad, and so many feels.
Yeah, okay, well.
So, but we're leaving that for the ending.
I'm not going to talk about that right now. So Nate and Zari.
Not gonna happen.
You never know.
I don't think they spend enough time together anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe if he was still on the ship. Because...
But I mean, she did get all, like, blushy and flustered.
Well, I mean, if your friend's mom walked up to you and felt your ass up and said, those are good childbearing hips, you'd freaking blush, too.
Yeah.
So...
I know. But still. But before, though, when she was like, as long as it's not, like, we're, like, pretending to date. And he's like, oh, yeah, that would be totally weird.
Right?
And then she got all weird about it.
She got all weird, yeah.
So if she didn't want that, why get weird about it? You kind of secretly wanted that.
Well, I mean, I think the whole thing is that, I mean, with Zari, we don't actually even know her orientation. Because she's never been interested in anyone.
Yeah.
And so the interesting thing here is that maybe she doesn't actually know what she wants.
Yeah.
And
she could be bisexual.
So, she could be. I mean, Sarah's bi. So.
Yeah.
But, I mean, that's not saying that she can't be, but they try to keep it, like, spread across the board.
Yeah.
So if they were going to have another female character be like that, then she would be straight up gay.
Right. They usually don't have more than one bi person or one gay person on something.
Mm-hmm. Like if they had a bi girl, and then someone comes on and is like, oh, I like girls too, that person would be gay.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't have two bi people. They'd have a bi person and a gay person.
Right.
Or, I'm sorry, lesbian. Because gay and lesbian is different. Gay is gay.
Which is weird, but okay.
I don't see how gay only fits for men.
Gay and lesbian are still homosexual. They still like one sex. So, regardless, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
But, anyway. So we don't know that.
Right. But at the same time, we've never seen her because like I said, we've never seen her interested in anyone before. Mm-hmm. So I don't think that, like, when she...
I mean, even Constantine's, like, bi, right?
Yeah. I think he'd even do it with a monster, really.
And you don't see that many bi men. Yeah. It's usually by women that you see on, like, TV shows.
Right.
So the fact that they have somebody like him as a bi male is actually pretty interesting.
Yeah. But I think he's more than bi.
Yeah.
I think he'd even do it with a creature.
So bestiality?
No, because they'd be humanish.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the shapeshifter girl.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, she's not human. She's a shapeshifter. She might be stuck in our friend's body.
Ava's not human either.
She's a clone.
She's still not human, though.
Technically, she's cloned from a human.
Yeah.
Making her human.
Okay.
Being a clone does not make you not human. It's whatever you're cloned of that makes you not human.
But I thought she was originally a robot.
No.
Okay.
They're all clones that are programmed.
Okay.
Which means they're, like, mind-fucked.
Okay. I'm sorry. I just...
Yeah. But... I think it was more of no one's ever saw me that way.
Yeah.
And it would have been nice for there to be some sort of hesitation on his part for her.
Yeah.
Because...
But he doesn't even act like he's interested.
Well, that's because he's probably still dealing with Amara.
Yeah.
And, I mean, like, the memories of her. But,
Right.
like, I mean, no one has shown any bit of interest in her. And then you have Hothead over here banging some freaking Gamora-like creature with 3 tits. Like,
oh, Rory?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or Mick, I mean.
Yeah. And, like, even he's getting someone.
Yeah.
You know, like...
I don't know. I just wish he wasn't embarrassed about what he wrote, you know?
Yes.
Because, like...
I love that a female wrote it. His pinman name is, like...
Yeah.
His pin name, yeah. Oh my gosh. But, like, it seems like everyone has gotten someone at some point while she's been on the... Right.
Yeah.
And...
Which is fine. I mean, not every character has to be with someone. That's not what I'm, like, wanting. I'm just...
Right.
You know, I just think that, like, it was funny how she reacted.
No, like, I agree, but I also think that that's why she reacted that way, is because even though she doesn't see him like that...
Yeah.
I mean, maybe she did somewhere in her, but she was there for the Amara and him relationship and how that ended. She knows that there's gonna be nothing for a while with him. So, I think that her mind was more like, in that instance, it would have been nice to even possibly be wanted by someone.
Yeah. I mean, is there an even amount of women and men on the Legends? Because
there's 3. I mean, technically, we don't know her gender.
Yeah.
Because she's always, like, she's shifted between male and female when she had the power, but she's stuck as female right now. We don't know her original gender.
Yeah.
I mean, she could be gender fluid.
Yeah.
You know, just, like, no actual gender assigned to her creature at all. And by her creature, I mean her species.
Yeah.
But... So, I mean, maybe her species born with both or neither.
Because we have Constantine, we have Ray, we have Mick, and we have Nate, right? And Nate's not really technically on the ship anymore.
Nate quit.
Yeah.
So he's no longer part of the Legends, period.
So it's just Ray, Constantine.
Ray, Constantine, and Rory.
And Rory, yeah. And then Sarah, Zari.
And Shapeshift.
Yeah. Who we never remember her name.
Right. So there's 3 and 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I know it never works out when Ray's with someone.
Yeah, but at least he gets people.
But at least he gets people.
Yeah.
Like, and I mean, he's still hung up on freaking Damien Dark's daughter, so.
Yeah.
Like.
He really is. So, I think, I mean, technically, like, if she ever does get out, they'd be together.
Yeah, they would.
They've pretty much solidified that.
And I think that would actually be nice.
Right,
you know?
that's cute. Except for the fact that the first time he met her and made a connection, she was 7. Like, that's the creepiest shit ever.
Oh, he wasn't the same age?
No.
Oh, yeah, he was an adult.
Yes. He made a connection with a 7-year-old girl. And
I mean, it's understandable if they were both kids and they had that bond, like Peter and Olivia did, as we found out on Fringe when we saw those episodes.
Right.
But, like, yeah, no. I miss Fringe.
I know you do.
I need to rewatch
I miss the original part, the final season.
Oh, if I rewatch it, I probably will just go up to season 4 and stop.
I can't even finish the final season. Like, I'm just like,
I mean, the last episode is good.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I mean, at least it was only 13 episodes. So if you do decide to finish it, like, it won't be that bad.
Right. I'd have to start over, though, because I forgot.
It's so good.
Most of it.
It's so interesting.
It is. Great show. If you guys haven't seen it, go watch it.
Go watch it. Seriously, you will not
Yes.
regret it.
Right.
If you like Joshua Jackson, you will like Fringe.
That's true.
Because he was on Dawson's Creek before that.
But
So.
yeah. Anyways, I kind of had issue. Okay, like it's hard for me to even my
To even
favorite.
utter the words that you are pissed off by your favorite character.
My most favorite character,
It's okay to be mad at your favorite.
and I'm mad at her.
The fact that we can still criticize and talk about and to point out flaws and talk about something that we love and
Mhm.
still be able to do that doesn't take away from the fact that we love it. It just
Right.
means that we're pointing out things that we think need
Yeah.
to be talked about.
Yeah. And somehow, even my aggravation with her in this episode, like, hasn't turned me in any aspect.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I really liked Black Lightning Season 1, and I didn't think anything could turn me away from that. But then Jefferson in Season 2 first half happened, and I didn't think that could make me hate that show so much. But it did. And that was weird for me, because I really loved Season 1.
Oh, believe me. Like,
So when this happened, I was like, holy crap, do not make me hate this show!
I watched all 6 seasons of Dawson's Creek hating, for the majority of the show, the main character.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if I can get through a whole show disliking a main character, you can get through a whole show disliking a main
Right.
character.
Right, but, like, you know what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, don't let this be another...
Oh, no,
Like,
I
don't.
totally know what you're
Like,
saying.
I was so worried.
No,
But then I still, like, looked forward
It's like
to it and
Barry.
needed more.
Like, we love Barry,
But Season 4 sucks.
but he's made a lot of mistakes.
In that entire last season.
And we
Balls.
are not afraid to point out those mistakes.
Mhm.
So, you know, when people are always like, oh, you can't criticize something you love. Oh, you absolutely can criticize something
Yeah.
that you love. If you don't do that, well then, okay, if you choose to just keep your mouth shut about something that might be really controversial, that's fine. That's your
Mhm.
decision.
Right.
But don't get mad at the people who want to point it out and say things about it.
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, okay, there's toxicity in a fandom, and then there's just, you know, discussing things
Right.
in a way that
There's
doesn't make it so that people
Loving something and acknowledging its flaws as opposed to being stupidly in love with it.
Like, I've been seeing that all over Tumblr lately because people are doing that with, like, a show that I watch.
Mhm.
And I'm not really involving myself in a lot of the discourse that's going on, but I'm just seeing, like, people reposting, you know, it's okay to criticize something.
Mhm.
And if you don't want to involve yourself, that's fine, but don't keep other people from doing it if they want to,
Right.
you know?
Right.
So, like, yeah.
But yeah, like, I mean, it's just hard.
No, I
because
understand. Like,
I
there's
love
been,
her so
oh,
much.
no, I understand, because there's been other shows where, like, they've done something that has, like, questioned whether I'm still gonna like them or the show, and I'm just
Right.
like, please
Like,
don't make me hate this, you know?
She like,
I want this to be enjoyable.
like, you guys know how much I love Alex on Supergirl.
Yeah, that's why you
Like,
dislike James's sister so much, because she yelled at Alex. And nobody can yell at Alex. Alex Danvers must be protected at all costs. Okay?
it's just her whole manner for that entire episode that I did.
I know, but I'm just saying in general that's probably how you think about it too.
But like,
Like,
if she ever did something that went against what I believe her character is,
yeah.
I would feel the same way
Oh yeah, of course.
that I feel tonight about Sarah.
What do you feel she did that was against her character?
Well, okay,
Or out
like,
of character?
ever since she became captain,
Mm-hmm.
and all this weird, crazy crap has been going on,
Yeah.
she always believes the weirdest crap, but before believing anything else,
Mm-hmm.
is the weirdest crap that's the truth. and then they try to prove it wrong,
Right.
and they end up proving it right. But, like, she wouldn't even listen to Mona. Mona was the crazy Asian girl. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
That is not who Sarah is.
Yeah.
That was who she was when it all started, when everything first began,
Right.
because she was a very practical person.
Mm-hmm.
But what's, like, I mean, throughout the entire last season, she was like, weird is what we do.
Right.
Like, I mean, they dealt with all these, like, magic crap, not really magic, but, like, people lost in time.
Right.
And it's like, we don't even know what we're looking for, but we know there's something here.
Yeah.
Oh, look, something's weird.
Mm-hmm.
Or we hear someone talking crazy crap about something that might have happened over here. So that's probably what we're looking for.
Right.
Well, okay. Here's someone talking crazy crap about a thing that you're looking for, and you're not going to believe her.
Yeah.
Like, no one said that she was evil, just that she let the thing out.
Right.
No one said that she wasn't to be trusted, just that she went against protocol and let the thing out.
Yeah.
So why would you not trust her? Like, she was being forthcoming and truthful that she was there, and that...
And then Ava just automatically sending, or...
No, that's just a whole thing that I'm not even going to touch at this moment, because, like, no. But, I mean, like, Zari had to talk her into looking into it when she already gave her word she would.
Yeah.
Like, Sarah doesn't go back on her word.
No, she doesn't.
Unless it fundamentally, like, unless the circumstances fundamentally change, she sticks to her word. She follows through.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't care if the person's batshit crazy.
Yeah,
she gave her word.
That was very out of character for her.
And, like, I mean, I was kind of angry with her, like, when she, like, was in there with Mona and talking how she did. But the second Zari was up for it. She's like, okay, so we're going to do this and, like, video, like, go look at the footage, see if it was... And she's like, no, that girl's batshit. And I'm like, the... What?
Yeah.
Like, even your team members found that strange? Like...
And I mean, I don't know. It's very out of character for her to say that, considering the fact that Ava is saying what she did about the beasts, and that, like, it's okay for them to be whatever.
No, we're not touching that right now.
So,
that is
like,
the end. We're not touching that whole mess of a shit.
That part wasn't the end. Yeah. Okay, yeah, it was. Never mind.
That was the whole, like, no, get out part. Okay.
Anyway, yeah, it was very out of character. And, like, Mona might be new. Mona might not know as much about, the Bureau and all those things that, somebody who's been there for a long time would know.
Right.
But that doesn't mean that she doesn't deserve to be trusted and be listened to.
Right.
Everybody deserves to be heard. And whether she thinks that it's weird or that she's crazy or whatever, doesn't matter. She should still be listening and being like, okay, we're going to try to figure this out.
Right. And, like, she said that they would. And the only reason why she wouldn't is because Zari confronted her. Like, they were walking side by side in the hall. Yeah. But then, when it came to a dead end and Zari knew they'd be splitting, she circled around in front of her and faced off with her. And she's like, excuse me? And I'm like, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
It was at that point, I was like, that's when I started freaking out. That, like, I can't believe this. I hate you. What the hell is going on? Like...
I mean, her coming out in the red dress probably changed your mind.
Hello, Sarah.
I mean, hey.
But, I mean, it's just.
I appreciate a nice dress on a woman.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna say, oh, that person's like really sexy or hot, but I'm gonna be like, that's a really pretty dress or that's really nice, because she looks very good in red. So,
if I had my guitar, I'd be able to do that whistle. Because I know how to do that whistle, that wolf whistle for Jessica Rabbit.
oh geez.
Yeah, I can make that sound on my guitar. It's very, very easy. Everyone knows how. But
I don't know how.
well, if you play guitar, you generally know how. But yeah, like, because I mean, like, the second I saw her walk out in a red dress, like,
I was even like, damn, girl.
right? I was like,
And I don't normally do
where's
that.
the wolf in the room?
I don't normally do that. She's the one who normally does that. So if I say that, then she looks good.
Right? Like, I thought it was so fitting that this whole episode was about a werewolf, and she walked out in a red dress. I was just like, where's the wolf?
Like
There
Little
needs
Red
to be
Riding.
a wolf. No, there needs to be a whistle. Where's the wolf? Because it's the wolf that always does the whistle.
Is it?
Well, I mean, not always,
That
but
whistle?
yeah.
I
There's-
can't do
mean, not always, but I'm pretty sure that most of the time there's a wolf that does it.
That's as good as I can do whistling.
Like, woo, woo,
Yeah.
type thing.
Mhm.
Yeah. But, I mean, I know a wolf does it once in a while at least. In the clips that I'd seen. It could have been like cobbled together clips of something.
Yeah, probably.
But I was like, where's the wolf? He needs to whistle. Like, it felt normal. But,
I mean, Ava's dress was pretty too.
yes, I loved that everyone there was in black attire and in like Sarah in standout red.
Mhm.
I was like, goddess.
Yes. Zari looked pretty too.
She looked damn fine, yeah.
She was very pretty.
Yes, she was. Black is everyone's color. I
Mhm.
would have liked to see her in a different color because we met her wearing dark clothes. We've never really seen her wear anything but dark. I would have liked to seen her in color.
Yeah. Like maybe a deep green dress or like
Yes.
a burgundy dress or something
I think
like
green
that.
would have really suited her.
Yeah. Especially with her darker skin tone and
Mhm.
stuff. Like, yeah.
Yes. But yeah. Sarah's my favorite, but I was mad at her tonight for the majority of the
Hey, we've said how much we're mad at other
Yes.
characters that are our favorites on other reviews. It's
Yes.
fine. Barry has made us angry multiple times.
For an entire season.
Yeah.
The Thinker sucked.
Freaking Jennifer on Black Lightning has made us angry.
Yeah.
And she's a cool character.
Yeah. But yeah, it's just
Like Oliver Queen.
and he was never my favorite.
He was never my favorite either. My favorite died at the end of the first season. Damn it. Tommy Merlin, may he rest in peace. Merlance was the best couple on that show aside from Olicity. Let's be real.
Mhm. They were better than Olicity,
Mm-hmm.
and then Olicity was the best. Even though it sucked.
In the first season, Merlance was the best.
Mm-hmm.
They were my favorite. I
Yeah.
loved them so much.
Right. But the will they, won't they, like, will Felicity say something was the best.
Yeah.
Like, all her little sayings,
Mhm.
because she was so nervous and, like,
Yeah.
hella flirting but not flirting
Mhm.
with Oliver.
Well, the thing that pissed me off about the whole Merlance thing was it was always like, you know, Oliver was competing with it because, like, Laurel and Oliver had a
Right.
thing and, you know, and then she was with Tommy and it's like, really? Just whatever,
Mhm.
you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's been multiple characters that have, like, pissed us off that we love in TV shows, like, all the time. I mean, look
Mhm.
at Once Upon a Time. Yeah, we don't like Emma. Okay, I'm not talking about Emma, but I'm talking about, like, you know,
So,
Snow or Rumple or Regina or, you know.
It's not Rumple I didn't like. It was the whole writers going back on his story.
Yeah, I know. But they made us dislike him because of that.
Yeah.
And, you know, Regina, I hated in the beginning. I didn't like her at all.
I
thought she was a bitch.
She was
An evil
She was meant
bitch. I know, but it pissed me off.
That's why I liked her.
Like, she freaking killed Graham.
She was who she was supposed to be.
In front of Emma.
Yes. Never disappointed.
No, she didn't. She was great.
Mm-hmm.
She's a great actress.
Right. But, yeah, it was
But I mean, yeah,
sad.
like there's always been things on any shows that I've watched that like a character has done that I like that's problematic to me.
Right. On every show there is that. It's just that for me, it hadn't happened yet with Sarah.
Yeah.
And we're 4 seasons in.
Right.
She's gone 3.5 years without doing this to me.
Right.
And for it to be the mid-season premiere, that got me good.
Yeah.
I was, obviously, because I'm still going on about it.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So.
All right. So without further ado, is it time to talk about the end? Or do you have anything else to say? Gary!
Oh, where's my nipple? Where's my nipple?
That was the best.
Oh, that was so good.
Cat.
I don't care.
I'm sorry, buddy. It's okay. He's like, you guys are so loud.
That's why I always kept bringing my eyes the entire time. But now you woke me up. You stuck your tongue out of me. You too.
He was yawning. Flicked his ear.
And flicking my ears. Okay.
It's okay, buddy.
But yeah, it was. Ugh. Gary is amazing. Jello.
I wondered how far like back he doesn't remember from.
He doesn't remember anything ever.
Like in his whole life.
I mean, he didn't know his name, but he knew how to get to a top secret facility.
Yeah.
So
He probably just has temporary amnesia.
no, because that thing erases your memory. It
For
does
good?
the whole Men in Black thing. And
I watched that movie, FYI, so
finally.
yes.
And
Just not the other ones, but I've seen the first one.
okay. The second one's good.
I do want to see the new one, but
Yes.
how many are there? 3?
Currently.
Okay, of the ones with Will Smith.
Mhm.
There's 3. Okay.
Yes. Actually, wait. Will Smith isn't in the third one, is he?
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't think he was. Was he? Anyways, yeah, that's what that thing does. And
It's like a memory swipe.
yes. So we don't know how much he actually lost, but then when he showed up when they were going after when Ava wanted everyone to go after the Lucha fight, they it seemed like he had his memory back, so they fixed him.
Yeah.
So they have a way to undo that, which is good. But yeah,
Yeah.
I loved that. Where's my nipple? Like,
Me too. That was so hilarious.
oh my gosh, his face.
Where's my nipple? It made me
I lost my nipple. Where's my
It
nipple?
made me think of freaking Friends when like Ross got super angry about like his sandwich being eaten that he has, because like there's this episode in season 5 where Monica had made this like sandwich with like leftover stuff from the Thanksgiving dinner. So it was like this really juicy, like delicious sandwich. And he couldn't finish all of it, so he put it like in the fridge, you know, to finish later.
Right.
And his boss like freaking took it and ate it, and he's like, I couldn't finish it all, so I threw it away. And Ross was like, You threw my sandwich away? My sandwich?
I can see him freaking out like that.
It was so great.
I see his face getting really red right now. I can picture it. And his weird, like, fumbleness about him. Like, I can see that.
It was so funny. Like, he had to take medication to, like, keep himself calm because he got so upset over it. It was
Sandwich.
But it was an amazing sandwich.
It's a sandwich. Have another one next year.
But he doesn't want to wait till next year.
But yeah.
August, don't walk in front of the camera,
August.
please.
August. Hey there, kitty. Hi, I've never picked you up before. Hi.
Yes, this is August.
But yeah, it was a great show. I enjoyed it.
It was.
I guess we can talk about the ending now. After the whole nipple fiasco.
Chandler has a third nipple.
Yep. We're missing one over here, so I wonder where it went. Chandler got it. It's a retcon, everyone. He is the demon unicorn from episode 1. Oh.
I mean, everything can be tied together.
Right? I never thought I'd see them
I never
fight
thought
like that.
I never thought I would see them fight over something like that.
Right? I never thought I'd see Ava be so heartless.
Like, I legit
Like,
never thought that something like that would make them break up.
right?
Like, it could have been anything. But I never thought that it would have been that. Specifically.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just... Like, I can't even...
Like, she wouldn't even listen to Sarah.
She did! She listened in the end, but she's like, I don't care. She's like, my job is protecting the timeline. Like,
The human timeline.
right? And
Like, I agreed with Sarah. I was like, you honestly think that?
right.
Like, you honestly think that it is only about humans?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how to feel about that.
No.
Because I didn't think Ava was that type of a person.
I don't think she really fundamentally is. But that's the stance she's chosen to take at this particular time. Because she's more worried about her job than about their safety.
Which, I mean, I don't know.
Because, I mean, like, I'm sorry, but Ava, if you've been paying attention to your workspace, which you should be since you're the boss.
August, why are you walking?
She's more like... First of all, I was going to say I lost my train of thought, and so I was just rambling.
You pushing the door open?
But she's the boss, and she should be paying attention
Yeah.
to what's going on. And if she was, she would have realized that Mona hasn't had an issue with any of the inmates since she started working there.
Yeah.
They haven't caused a ruckus at all since she started working there.
Right.
maybe if you treated them with dignity like she is, they wouldn't go attacking people.
Yeah.
Like,
they literally, like we said in the beginning, just want somebody to listen to them and understand them.
They just want to be left alone in their natural habitat to eat their version of food.
Yeah.
And whatever, like, just leave them alone and they'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
And
I mean, if you leave people alone and let them do their thing, then they don't bother you.
Mm-hmm.
They don't attack. Animals, humans, whatever, do not attack unless they feel threatened or provoked to do so. If somebody is trying to hurt them, of course they're going to get defensive and attack because that's their survival method. They're going to go into fight or flight, and they're going to freaking do that to survive.
Yeah.
That's how anything reacts when that stuff is happening.
Mm-hmm.
So for them to think, oh, they're just automatically evil because they're doing this, no, they're not. That's just what they do when they're threatened or provoked or something.
Mm-hmm. Right?
Like, it's common sense.
Yeah. And I think that, like, she should realize that obviously they're not a threat. Like, if you want, put them all fracking hell. Just put them all on the ship and dump them off in some prehistoric timeline. Like, they won't be able to eat people then. Okay?
And I mean, he didn't even, like, they aren't even eating people. They're just...
Right?
But like, it just makes me mad because it's like, they're not inherently bad.
Mm-hmm.
They're just doing what is ingrained in them to do.
Yeah.
Which is to survive.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally always about survival. Animals have to learn how to survive on their own in the wild most of the time.
Just getting out of my cup. Yeah, I'm just like... We don't need you to keep them in cages.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is what you're doing. Like, I mean...
anytime you, like, confine somebody or something, they're gonna do that.
Yeah, like, I don't care if you... I mean, if they're dangerous, then... Yes, keep them locked up, sealed away. But these ones aren't dangerous. And... So we don't need you having a time bureau company. Who I am confused on how you run out of money. You travel through time.
Yeah.
I mean, bet.
Mm-hmm.
Who wins the World Series? I don't know. Go to the future, find out, come back, and make a bet. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. Keep your company going that way. Okay. Like...
Although when he did that, it screwed up the whole time.
Well, that's because he was power hungry. But, I mean, all they want to do is have money so they can pay their people and keep the place going.
Yeah.
Well, okay. You have a time machine. Use it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't rely on someone who's doing the inhumane thing and experimenting on creatures. Like,
I mean, is he really ever going to play anything other than an evil character? Probably not.
But, I mean, I don't think she's okay with it. But she sees it as unnecessarily evil. And Sarah sees them as people.
Yeah.
Or at least she saw Wolf Boy as a person.
Mm-hmm.
And, like...
It's just hard.
I can't even put it into words.
Yeah, I mean, I understand Ava caring, about her job, because it's everything that she has, practically.
It's why she is who she is. Because without that job, Rip would never have created her.
Yeah.
or like taken her from the place and given her her memories and made
Right.
her a person,
Exactly.
she wouldn't exist without that job.
Yeah.
So it could be an identity crisis why she's saying this.
Right.
Which makes sense.
It does. But it doesn't make
still,
anything better
right?
for them.
I mean, technically speaking, she's a creature out of time, misplaced,
Yeah.
and so should we lock her up too? I mean, of course she didn't come from hell, but still.
I mean, Constantine, you could even say that about him.
Yeah, but Constantine wasn't locked up in a hell prison
No.
with the rest of these creatures. But
I mean, the things he's done, the things
Right.
he's dealt with, you know. I mean, by saying that, it's almost like she's saying that any of them could be.
right.
Any of them could be experimented on.
hmm I mean, she did specify that these are creatures that were stuck in hell prison and blah blah blah.
So
Like-
that still doesn't give you the right to experiment on them.
Right?
And
Like
keep them in
the
cages.
shapeshifter is helping them. She wasn't inherently evil. She's a member of the team now.
And she's not necessarily human. Does that mean she has to be experimented on and
well,
locked
they
up?
were originally going to capture her and lock her up. If she was locked up, she would be getting experimented on.
Yeah.
So I don't.
You want to know information? Freaking ask the person.
hmm
Don't take away their life and experiment on them.
Yeah, I just.
It's all a very, like, touchy subject.
hmm
But it just, I don't know. I know she's probably doing it for a reason, but it just really bothered me that she would say that.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I know that there has to be a reason for why she did,
hmm
and I hope with everything that I have that she doesn't truly feel that way,
Right.
but it still bothered me.
hmm I
Like-
think the reason why they made it like that is because for the entire first half of this season, they've been good.
Yeah.
They've had the perfect, lovely relationship, right? But that doesn't make for a good show.
It can.
Yes, but I mean, the only time that the relationships are generally amazing like they were for the first half is when they're married.
Yeah.
You know, like, I've yet to see Barry and Iris fight over something that lasts more than an episode. You know?
Yeah.
So, I mean,
But they never, like, really broke up either. Barry and Iris.
no, but they fought.
It just took a long time for them to actually get together.
Yeah.
And once they were together, they didn't break up.
Right. But, I mean, like, not the best example here, but Olicity. Like, I mean, they truly love each other. Like, they truly do.
But sometimes when you love the person, it doesn't always work.
Well, I mean, they are still married and together and everything.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
Like, it's just... They always got back together.
yeah.
Because the love was still there. And I
Right.
think that's going to happen. It's just that they need the drama. Because without that, without them fighting, without Ava and Sarah fighting right now, then right now, it's just a Monster of the Week show. But now, with Ava and Sarah fighting, it's a romantic drama Monster of the Week show. Like,
Essentially.
so that's basically really why they did it. But I think they should have done it in a better way. That maybe made Ava not look like a fucking dickwad.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I just felt like when the show comes back after a long ass hiatus, the first episode after it comes back, you break them up.
You not only break them up, but you make me hate both of my favorite characters on the show.
Like, I mean, I can understand the angst, the
Mhm.
need for angst and drama. Don't get me wrong. I enjoy
Right.
a certain amount of angst from time to time.
Yeah.
Especially if it's really well acted and well done.
And you can count on these two to do that.
But at the same time, you know, if you have to come up with something like that in order to make them break up instead of something that's kind of a natural progression of it happening, then it's very forced and you feel like, why the heck did you do that? Yeah. Like, and that's kind of how I felt about it. Like, okay, yeah, everything was going good. And then all of a sudden, oh, well, now we're just done. Like, I can't deal with that anymore.
The last episode, they just got back from a trip where they both turned into little girls and made out at camp.
You know, I'm all for drama and angst, but when it's done just for the sake of drama instead of for like an actual normal reason, then it bothers me because you're just forcing it so that there can be drama. Yeah, because with the episode that they just like the transition from last year's episode, the final episode, it doesn't make any sense with how they left things. Yeah, it doesn't.
Because it was, even though it was a kids' camp,
right,
and they were finding a monster that killed kids, and they all turned into kids,
right,
like, she experienced what it was like to be a child. Right. She learned that. And she had her first, like, even though she wasn't really a kid and couldn't say it was her first kiss, she had her first kiss. Because, like, that's what she would have looked like as a child. And they kissed. Right. So you could say that was her first kiss. And, like, for her to, like, go through all that with Sarah, and for them to make that sort of, like a connection, and for them to have that going for them, and come back from that, and they're all, like, they're perfect. And Sarah's hung up on her because they've had an argument like that in the past, and it never did anything to them.
Yeah.
And suddenly, she's like, oh, hell no, we're done.
For me, it just felt like it was kind of forced. And
it was, especially off the back of last time's episode.
Yeah, and it didn't make any sense. And that's why it kind of bothered me, because I'm like, okay, well, I know that you need to have some type of drama, and eventually you have to have something that's going to happen for them to break up for a short amount of time or whatever. But, you know, when everything's going good and then all of a sudden you just push that in there, like, I don't know. I don't like when people do that.
Yeah.
Because you see it all the time on shows, and it's like, I understand the show itself is a drama, but what bothers me is when they, like, spend 2 or 3 years building it all up, then finally bring them together. They're together for most of, like, maybe the last half of the season. Then a proposal happens. Then some crap gets in the middle of it, and they break off the engagement for the sake of drama, so people keep watching to see what's going to happen. Like, that happened on one of the Chicago shows, and it pissed me off. So, like, seriously. Do the angst and drama, but make it a natural thing. Don't just force it in there so that you can have some drama for a little bit.
Right. Like, I mean, there's precedent for them to break up over an argument.
Yeah.
Or
need some space, or need a break or something.
Right, there's precedent for that. They have done that multiple times.
That's fine.
Right.
But just after everything that she said, and just the way that it happened, I was like, I don't know. I'm still processing it, honestly. Yes. I don't really know what else to say. I feel like I'm just going to say the same thing over and over again.
I think maybe by the end of the season they might have it fixed.
So, and I don't know how many more episodes there are going to be of this season, because this was episode 9.
Right.
And typically they have about 17 to 18 episodes, so I don't know.
Right. Well, since they know who the real bad guy is for the season, since the Legends have figured it out, they'll probably try to have that fixed by by the end of the season. If not, then early next season.
There's probably going to be about
And-
15 to 16 episodes this season.
So I can see Ava finally coming around by the end of the season and helping Sarah,
Yeah.
but it's going to take a while, and they're going to be at odds again, like in season 2
Yeah.
and season 1.
Ava was in season 1?
Well, no, not really. I mean, historically speaking, since
Because I don't think we first saw her till, like, what,
Mm,
season 2?
it was season 2 when we first saw her, but
But they didn't start to actually be together until, like, 3.
right. And, like, I don't really count season 1 as season 1 because it wasn't all that good. My season 1 is season 2.
Season 2 and 3 were better.
Yeah.
3 was great. I loved season 3. 3 was amazing.
Yes. And, I mean, up until this point, this season was shaping up to be even better.
Yeah.
But, I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll see by the end of the season. But, yeah. So,
Yeah.
what was our closing for this?
I have it. Hang on.
I forgot to ask before we...
It's fine. It is stay true to who you are.
Okay. So I suppose until next time, stay true to who you are.